Hello, my dear students. Myself, Professor Sanjay Chabda, Faculty of Law and Governance, Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University, Jaipur. This session is related to BBA LLB second semester, subject Business Organization, Unit 2, session number 20. Session name is Kinds of Companies. So, my dear students, in our last sessions, we discussed about various external forms of business organizations like sole proprietorship, partnership, joint stock company, Hindu undivided family, and cooperative societies. We read their features, merits, demerits. Now, in case of joint stock company, as per our syllabus, in Unit 2 of Business Organization, we have kinds of companies. So, when we say kinds of company, it means various types of companies. So, there are many kinds of companies that may be formed under the Companies Act, but in the context of your syllabus or for our study part here, it will be in the fitness of things to discuss the companies on the basis of number of members of companies. On the basis of number of members of companies. So there are three kinds of companies on the basis of number of members of a company. And that three types are: number one, public company; private company, number two; and number three, one person company. Public company, private company, and one person company. Now let us read what is public company. So a public company means a company which is not a private company and which has a minimum paid up capital as may be prescribed. However, a company which is a subsidiary of a company, not being a private company, shall be deemed to be public company for the purposes of this act, even where such subsidiary company continues to be a private company in its articles, as written in section 2 subsection 71, amended by the Companies Amendment Act 2015. Shall I repeat? Company which is a subsidiary of a company, not being a private company, shall be deemed to be a public company for the purposes of this act, even when such subsidiary company continues to be a private company in its article. In other words, every company, public or private, which is subsidiary of a public company, shall also be deemed to be the public company. However, such private company can continue to be a private company in its article. It means a private company which is subsidiary of a public company need not change its article and characteristics, although it will be deemed to be a public company. Clear? Now, a public company may be formed by persons from among the public, including the persons of Indian or foreign origin. It may be formed in private sector as well as in government or cooperative and joint sector of the economy, that is public company. Then what is private company? Private company is one, we can say private company is one of the most important and popular form of business organization. it has many peculiar features and enjoys certain privileges as compared to a public company. It therefore becomes imperative to understand the nature, privileges and other provisions of the Act with respect to this private company. We will discuss now, or we will read now, definition of public private company. According to the Companies Act, a private company means a company which has a minimum paid up share capital as may be prescribed, and which by its article ensures the following. That is, number one, it restricts the right to transfer the shares. So in case of private company, transfer of shares is not permissible, while it is permissible in public limited company. Then except in case of one person company, it limits the number of its members to 200. So limit of, that is maximum number of member in private company is 200 maximum number of member, while in case of public limited there is no limit subject to the number of shares issued by the company. Then it prohibits any invitation to the public to subscribe for any securities of the company. It means a private company cannot issue prospectus like public limited company. Public limited company can issue prospectus to the public for the subscription of shares in the company, but private company restricts any such type of invitation. So it may be noted that while counting or reckoning maximum number of 200 members, following members shall not be considered. Number one, person who are employees of the company and also members, shareholders of the company. So in case of private company, when we will include 200 numbers, we should not include employees of the company who are also a member or shareholder of the company. Then former employees of the company who were members or shareholders of the company while in their employment and still continues to be the members of company. Section 2, subsection 68. It may be noted that if two or more persons hold shares jointly, such joint holder shares or such joint shareholders shall be treated as a single member. Now suppose I have taken one share in two names. There is joint shareholder in, suppose, the name of my name and my wife's name. So it will not be counted as two shareholder, it will be counted as one shareholder, because one share means one vote. You will not get two voting right. Here it will be calculated as single shareholder only. That is under section 2, subsection 68, as amended by Companies Amendment Act 2015. This is private. Then one person company. What is one person company? The Companies Act 2013 introduces a provision for registration of one person company, that is in abbreviation short form OPC. This provision of the Act is an attempt to do away certain limitations of sole proprietorship from the business organization and bestow it with the benefits of limited liability, separate legal existence and perpetual succession. So what for one person company is for one person business means sole proprietor, but here it is converted into one person company because there are certain limitations in sole proprietorship like limited liability, unlimited liability, then business entity, same business entity, it will be considered as same business and owner. Then business depends on the owners only, there is no perpetual succession. So to give benefits that sole proprietor business can be converted into one person company to get advantage of limited liability, then legal existence, separate legal existence, and perpetual succession. Now some definitions of one person company we will discuss here. Say one person company makes a company which has only one person as a member. That is one person company. Now this definition underlines one basic characteristics of this company, that is only one member of the company. However, a one person company has many other characteristics, features. Some are different from and some others are similar to other companies. Therefore, in brief, it may be stated that a one person company is an artificial person incorporated under the Companies Act 2013 with only one person as its member, having separate legal existence from the members, forming it with a perpetual succession. So these are the similarities in other companies plus in one person company, that is limited liability, separate legal existence, perpetual successions, etc. So now concept of one person company has been introduced for the first time in India by the Companies Act 2013, but it is not a new concept to the world. Many European countries, many states in USA, China, Singapore, even many countries in Gulf region have already adopted the concept of one person companies. So these are different types of companies, like as I said, public company, private company, and one person companies. And just to discuss, like as we said, difference in private and public. In private company, we have maximum number of members like 200 and minimum 2 members, maximum 200, while in case of public we have 7 minimum and maximum no limit. Then in case of OPC, like as you discussed, it is one person company only. Then second, shares are transferable in case of public, but shares are not transferable in private, and in OPC transfer of share question does not arise. Then for raising of fund, a public company can invite subscription prospectus, can invite public to subscribe for the shares, while a private company cannot issue prospectus. And then in private company, they must have at least 2 directors, while in public limited company they must have at least 3 directors, and in OPC that one person himself is the director. And the directors of a private company need not retire by rotation, while in case of public limited company, 2/3 of the directors of public company must be liable to retire by rotation. Then in case of public company, any 2 members personally present in the meeting can form quorum of a meeting of a private company, while in case of public company, at least 5 members must be personally present to form quorum of the meeting if the number of members of a company does not exceed 1000, and if it is in between 1 to 5000 members, then minimum number of members is 15, and if member exceeds 15,000, then minimum of number to be present in the meeting to form a quorum is 30 members. Then in a private company can allot securities without receiving minimum subscription, while in case of public company they must allot shares to the public only after it has received the minimum subscription. Then in case of private company, every private company has to prepare its article of association. The Companies Act does not provide any model set of articles for private companies, while in case of public companies, it may prepare its article or adopt the model articles provided or appended to the Act. For example, If a public company limited by shares may either adopt table F as its articles or prepare its own set of articles. Private company is not required to annex secretarial audit report, while in case of public company everything has to be disclosed. So my dear students, like here we have discussed about various types of companies, three types: public, private, one-person company, and then we have discussed about some differences between these three. So from this session you can prepare your question: what are the different kinds of companies, what are the different difference between these companies. Thank you very much.